All right, as you see it, man, we got two bags, two snipe bags, and we have the previous release here of today's release, the Air Jordan 4 white cement. Haven't looked at my pair yet. I was up way too earlier than I needed to be. I'm not going to talk about what exact time I was up, but I was up really, really early, and I didn't need to be up that early. Very, very funny release. You know, I expected there to be a lot of OG heads or, a lot of sneaker collectors. I expected to be a lot of people there camping out overnight, but that wasn't the case. Um, there was three other people there before me, and I arrived inside the mall like around 6, little after 6. More people started to show up like around 8. Once 10 o'clock, closer to 10 o'clock, there were a good 50 to 55 people. And the manager said he only had 50 men's pairs. So, you could take it or leave it from that. But check out my shorts if you want to see the line. I showed the line as I left and whatnot. So curious to know, if you pick these up and you're watching this video, how did your area do? And I'm talking about the first come first serve. I'm not talking about the people that hit on raffles. If you hit on raffles, good for you. And I already know there's a lot of people that got these early access. Good for you as well. If this is your first time checking out one of my videos, I've deleted the sneaker app weeks to close to a month ago. So all my Jordan general release pairs, they're picked up, in store at Snipes, because Snipes does first come first serve in my area. So let's get into it, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So as you see, we have two size 11 and a halves right here. Two size 11 and a halves. So the reason why I went with 11 and a half, I am usually a true 11, but I've been putting, sneaker protectors in a toe box to stop the creasing. And I noticed that the military fours, they fit a little tight. I got 11 and a half for retail not too long ago, and 11 and a half fits perfect. But in my other fours, 11 fits perfect. So the shoe is very weird. And I feel like it's a slope down, of the shoe. So I ended up grabbing a 9C from my nephew. Let's check these out. Expensive, man. These these infant size are expensive. It was 85 for these before tax. But we got Nike Air in the back, so not mad. Not mad at all. These are cute, man. He's gonna rock these. He's gonna be fresh. He's gonna be fly. They don't have no smell on the inside. I smelled them or whatever. Um, they come with a sticker. All GS, toddler, infant, preschool pairs supposed to come with a sticker. So that's pretty cool. As far as the leather on this pair here, I mean, it's a toddler pair. What do you expect? It's not the greatest leather, very plasticky. The paint job is not the greatest, but like I said, it's for my nephew, man. He gonna rock these, and he's gonna look fly. I like the Nike on the back. They can't put air because there's no air unit. As you see, there's no air unit here. So to be paying $85 for something without an air unit is kind of messed up. The craftsmanship again isn't the greatest. Look at that right there. But I love him, so I want him to be fly. And when we hang out, we'll have matching sneakers. I'll wear mine, he'll rock his. So we'll put that to the side, and then we're gonna get into the previous release. I'm gonna open these up real quick. I've worn these less than 10 times. Less than 10 times, guys. Give me a second, fix this angle. All right, that's a little better. So I've worn these less than 10 times, and you can see that the netting is yellowing. I've actually had these sent off because they were a lot more yellow. I had them sent off to get the netting white again, and they started to yellow again, but I love it. Look at the bottoms. Like, you could tell I didn't wear these much. There's a little rock in there. I'll get that out after this video. But you could tell, man, like there's no heel drag really at all. All the stars are there. All the stars. Like, some people would say, man, you didn't need it. You didn't need today's release. You didn't need a 2025 pair. Yours are in great condition. You didn't need those. And for you to double up is crazy. Listen, man, for those people that thinking that, say that, don't tell me what to do with my money. You do what you do with your money, and I'll do what I'll do. And I mean that disrespectfully, in the most disrespectful way. I don't like people telling people what they should or shouldn't do with their sneakers, but there's always that person or those people. But yeah, man, I want to compare these, man. I want to see what the side profile is looking like. Some people prefer this release over this year's release. It's funny, man. I still have the socks. Had the matching socks in here too. As far as what I'm gonna do with the other 11 and a half, I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it or get rid of it. Obviously, for now, I'm gonna keep it. I want to see what it does in about 30 days because you do have 30 days to return the shoe if it's unworn and get your money back. I paid cash for both pairs, so I do want to see what they're gonna do, if it's worth keeping for maybe trade bait or just to keep. And I don't want to say to keep for one to keep on ice and one to beat up because I have so many dead stock pairs, man. So many pairs I haven't worn yet. So it's like, when am I gonna have the time to wear these? No points to Snipes. It's crazy. Snipes always asks for a phone number, but you don't get any points or anything like that. It's very weird. You know, I've been signed up with them. I've spent a lot of money through them. And you know what? Next time I go to the mall, I want to ask if there's a way that they can pull up my purchase history or whatever. So after tax, man, 225 was retail. And for the men's 11 and a half with the toddler, it came to 329.69. So very expensive, man. And they're supposed to be going up even more on retros and Nikes. It's crazy, really is. But if you really want it, you're gonna buy it. So I'm very curious to see how these fit on feet, man. Very curious. See what this 11 and a half looking like compared to this 11. It looks huge. Damn, why it look so big, man? Why? Doesn't that, oh, I guess it don't look too much bigger. I don't know. What y'all think? Oh, that looks massive. That looks massive compared to each other. But we're here to judge the side profile. It's funny, man. When I was young, in my early 20s, the Widow's Peak was a tell for fakes. Like if you saw a Widow's Peak on a sneaker, it was considered a fake, man. It's crazy that they're bringing this back because that's how it was made originally back in the day. It's just crazy. It's crazy how things work, man, how things change and history repeats itself. But I remember seeing plenty of knockoff Jordans at the flea market and they would have a Widow's Peak and we knew they were fake. Damn, man. Beautiful though. I love the slope down. It's beautiful. As far as the leather goes, because that's really what I want to do. It's very soft. It's soft. You could just see compared to it, it's very soft. This is stiff. This is very stiff. I know you see some definition, you know, creases or whatever like that. Not even really creases because these aren't really creased too much except for on the inside a little bit here. But you know, you see some texture in the leather. And a lot of people may say these are stiff, but they're not. Same material as the military fours. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting military four material. And I'm hoping that these fit like the military fours. That's what I'm hoping. I'm seeing a huge difference on the speckles here, guys. Huge difference on the speckles. They're a lot darker. The gray alone here is a lot darker. This is a lighter gray. I actually prefer this lighter gray. I'm not a fan of this darker gray. Less speckles here, as you can see, compared to the previous release. Hear that? Let me bring it a little closer so you guys can hear. So this is a lot more rubbery and a lot more like stretchy and elastic. Even here on the toe box part where as to, you hear that? It's not as flexible. It's a little bit more on the stiffer side. The profile is a lot smaller. You know, the squares are a lot smaller compared to these squares. So this just gives me a larger profile. This shoe is a larger profile shoe. Like I feel like even if I went with an 11, it's still going to be, it's going to be much more of a larger profile. It's giving slope down, but it's also kind of looking bulky. Even when you look at that Nike Air on the back, like you can see how it like sticks out a lot more, where it's a little more flat. You could kind of tell from the side. It's crazy. Larger here, much smaller there. As far as the flaps go, this is a lot more stiffer, this flap. You got more texture leather behind here. The tongue is a lot more thinner. See, I thought they were gonna make this tongue a lot more thinner. Apparently this is more close to OG, but I like this tongue a lot better because I like how high it stands up. Like look how high this tongue stands up compared to this one. This one kind of sits low, and this one's, I like this. I don't know. Y'all comment down below. Let me know. Y'all let me know. I'm honestly gonna say this is honestly the better release as far as the way it looks. As far as aesthetic wise, I like the way this shoe looks. It's more slim, it's more sleek. This is kind of, they mix slim and sleek with bulky, in my opinion. That's just my opinion though. The red is much more vibrant on the previous release, the 2016. Cheap hang tag. That's considered OG. We actually got a real hang tag on this pair. I don't need to pull it out for y'all, man. Y'all know what the hang tag looks like. Y'all know, y'all not stupid. But as far as imperfections, man, I'm not seeing any perfections. Very clean, good marksmanship on here. Yeah, man. Sorry if I'm quiet, guys. And I'm not saying everything you guys want me to say. This is my first time looking at it with you guys, so I'm just observing. See what that Nike Air look like. The padding is obviously thicker padding. But yeah, man, again, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep my second pair. I might return it. I might use it as trade bait. I might sell it. I don't know. Everything is down right now. Let me just say that, man. A lot of sneakers are very, very down right now. I think the next release that's going to do really well and that's actually going to have a higher resale than this shoe will be the Ferrari 14s. The manager at this location already told me he doesn't have many pairs. 14s we know are usually limited. Black toes were on the limited side. I'm sure they will restock, but on day of, it's a good shoe to definitely, buy two pairs, even if you don't want two pairs, just to make your pair cheaper. It's a pair you could let go of day of. And same with maybe even these. If I want to sell these right now for 300 locally for somebody who overslept, didn't hit on e-raffles and can't find their size, this is something you want to flip now before it restocks or before stores get more pairs. Because sometimes that happens. Sometimes stores get more pairs later on, man, once they sell out. Nike is very unpredictable right now. I know they know the tariffs are going to hit, so they're going to try to get as much money as they can before they have to go up on their sneakers. There are people who will, refuse to buy and go towards, other brands once Nike goes up a good $10 to $15 because that's before tax. $10, $15 before tax. In certain states, like New York, New Jersey and stuff, the tax, not New Jersey, but New York, the tax is through the roof. And, and some other states as well in this country. So yeah, guys, definitely going to be much smarter in the future as far as what time I wake up for these releases, no matter how popular I think the release is going to be. I know which door in the mall I need to go to, to get in a little bit earlier than the regular people that a lot of people aren't up on yet. So yeah, man, that's going to be that. You guys hit the like button for me. I would greatly appreciate that. Subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace and love.